The program for today shall run as follows. We are going to have a welcome word by the Vice Chancellor. We'll have introduction of officials of both institutions, a word from the Director of Life Trust Professional Institute of Competence, signing of a framework and specific agreements, a word from the Minister's representative, and closing remarks by the Vice Chancellor, group photographs and refreshment.
With regret or gratitude for you being very un-African, coming before the time. You know, this was scheduled for 11, but you came before the time. I want to thank you for that. I also want to thank Madame Eza, who has braved it through a very difficult, she must have gotten up very, very early, even if she did from Douala, to be here. She's always been faithful to the assignment. So I want to thank her very much for being here. Having said that, we are very, very appreciative of your choice of the University of Buea as your mentor institution. Of course, we are aware that we as a university are attractive to many higher institutes that want to engage in higher education. And that's because we recognize the fact that we must be very, very rigorous to ensure that the level of learning and skills transmission to our learners does not become sinusoidal. That is, it does not facilitate with the years, and it must correspond to what obtains here at the University of Buea. I often say that the mentor institution also runs a risk, because the mentor institution needs to ensure that the level of the label that is enjoyed through the years is shared with the mentee institution. And what that means is that we have all the time to make extra effort to hold the mentee institution accountable to the level of academic performance in terms of content, that we offer here at UB. Because at the end of your course, we append our signatures to your certificates. And that is the risk I am referring to. It means that where the awardees don't perform up to standards, Buea University will be cited for poor mentorship, or devaluing its academic rating. That's why we think that the clauses that bind us should be respected at every level. And I can assure you that here we are very rigorous over that. And that's why many mentee institutions have crossed other regions where we have a lot of other state institutions to come to the University of Buea for mentorship. And we take a great deal of pride in that. So I want to once more welcome you here, and the fact that you are nearby means that we will always have that desirable interaction, to ensure that graduates from both institutions can be rated the same. So thank you.
The Vice Chancellor, University of Buea, noble leaders of the academia, University of Buea, the Minister's representative, collaborators of the various establishments and departments of both institutions, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say Tiko subdivision should be very happy and proud to have the most prestigious University of Buea being the mentor of one of their institutions. This means it's a clear implication that the University of Buea is at the doorsteps of parents and youngsters of the subdivision. I also have to use this platform and opportunity to appreciate the various professionals or experts who took time to go through our various programs, made recommendations which were rectified and put to standards to match the repute and quality of the University of Buea. I want to say thank you once more, and not to waste much of the time, the most important that has to do with the validity and credibility we stand to represent in upholding the repute and values as presented by the University of Buea over the years. We want to reiterate that we are going to stand the test of time to ensure every article and principles that governs the University of Buea, we are going to ensure they are being respected and followed critically. So in a nutshell, we are very grateful to have been accorded this opportunity, and we want to extend our gratitude and emphasize that we are not going to let down the repute and standards of the University of Buea. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. We are going to proceed the signing of the minutes.
Cette nouvelle charge que vous acceptez, parce que tutorer un IPES, c'est une charge de plus en dehors de tout ce que vous avez déjà comme travail. Nous vous félicitons pour cela, car nous savons tout ce que cela entraîne comme investissement et potentiel à avoir pour tutorer un IPES. Donc accepter cela, c'est à féliciter. Monsieur le Président, directeur, nous vous félicitons aussi pour ce pas de plus, parce que aller dans le cycle bachelor, c'est un pas de plus, quitter le HND. Nous vous félicitons pour cette ambition et vraiment, nous vous exhortons à respecter les termes de ces conventions et cet accord cadre que vous avez signé aujourd'hui. Parce que se faire tutorer, ce n'est pas seulement avoir fait un pas, c'est-à-dire vous êtes maintenant dans le cycle bachelor, mais pour réussir, il faut respecter le cahier de charge, il faut respecter les conditions de l'université. Et vous avez accepté de vous-même de signer les conditions que l'université vous pose pour vous encadrer de vous-même. Par la suite, il ne faudra pas vous plaindre parce que vous avez bien lu. Parce que ces derniers temps, nous avons eu des soucis avec les promoteurs qui se plaignent des universités. Pourtant, vous signez de vous-même. Vous avez le choix entre l'université de Buea, l'université de Bamda ou une autre université. Mais si vous venez à Buea, vous prenez le temps de bien lire les conditions qui sont posées pour que l'université s'engage à vous encadrer. Donc, ce n'est pas une fantaisie, ce n'est pas un jeu, mais c'est un engagement auquel vous devez tenir, monsieur le directeur, monsieur le président de l'IPTIC. Donc, nous vous exhortons donc à respecter ce cahier de charges que l'université vous a donné comme condition. Et si même vous avez des soucis par la suite, ne vous plaignez pas hors de l'université. Référez-vous au vice-chancellor quand vous avez un souci ou aux autres responsables de l'université. Parce que c'est souvent désagréable de vous entendre parler. Alors que la tutelle est là et n'est même pas au courant des problèmes que vous venez poser au ministère. Donc, nous vous exhortons, c'est une famille. Le tuteur, c'est comme un père, c'est même le père. Quand vous avez un souci, référez-vous à lui. Parce que s'il vient, si au ministère, on lui apprend des choses que lui, il ne sait même pas, c'est désagréable. Nous vous exhortons donc à respecter ce cahier de charges. Nous vous exhortons à suivre les recommandations, suivre tout ce que l'université vous imposera. Parce que l'université, vous-même vous l'avez dit, l'université de Buea, c'est la rigueur. Et c'est cette rigueur qui fait la réussite, c'est cette rigueur qui fait la différence. Donc, si vous avez accepté toutes ces conditions, c'est un engagement et essayez de respecter tout cela. Nous vous disons aussi que la convention signée ce jour ne donne pas lieu à l'ouverture des cycles que vous avez désormais sous la tutelle de l'Université de Buea. Après cette convention, vous devez vous retourner au ministère de l'Enseignement supérieur pour avoir donc l'autorisation d'ouverture de monsieur le ministre d'État. Et surtout, veillez toujours à solliciter une extension dans les filières que vous avez en HND. Parce que certains n'ont pas des filières HND, mais vont étendre en bachelor. Ça n'a pas trop de sens. Nous sommes stricts là-dessus. La réglementation en vigueur voudrait que une filière qu'on a en HND, que ce soit celle-là qui soit étendue en bachelor. On ne doit pas ouvrir en bachelor alors qu'on n'a pas au préalable ces filières en HND. Donc, essayez d'être vous-même rigoureux et vous allez réussir. Acceptez de vous faire tutorer comme vous vous êtes engagé et ce sera une réussite. Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much.
She's really, her statements comes from a professional. You people need to see Madame Eza act as the technical person for the meeting of higher education, private higher education. Yes. It's a very rigorous task. And there, she's presented with a lot of authority. And they have a huge number of defiant institutions, and they are so rigorous there that they pick the problem of each of them. And that is why I want to thank Madame Eza very much for the statements that she has made, which I hope the President Director has taken to heart, because it's got to do with the name of an institution. And she has said something which is very, very vital, which I want to reiterate. If you sense any gaps or any deficits here, come back to Buea University and say this, don't go outside or you go to the ministry. The ministry will send you back here. Madame, on se fait comprendre.
Exactement.
Vous allez les renvoyer
Exactement.
ici.
Exactement.
So I think I want to thank Madame Eza very much for her tough statements. You see, she was not looking for any paper. She was not talking spontaneously. Is to tell you that she has an excellent mastery of her substance. So it's just to remind you, that higher education activity stands or are guided by 4 cardinal principles. you know, first quality assurance, because I heard you talking of controller or this, controller or this. Those are generic appellations for quality assurance. Whoever says controller says quality assurance. The next pod, you know, on which higher education stands is information and communication technology, you know, because that has to do with updating and expanding the quality of transmission of information in real time, and from then you can reach a lot of sectors. And then it is the credibility too, you know, it is the integrity of information transmission. So, and information and communication technology comes with a great deal of accuracy, and people, partners, and so on can be informed in real time. Students can get in a harmonious manner what you say, what you have as skills to transmit, and that is embedded, that is required in all the activities we do. The next pillar on which higher education stands is modernization, professionalization, and modernization of classical education. You know, what that means is higher education is called upon to ensure that at the end of the tunnel it produces more of professionals immediately operational upon leaving that institution, instead of teaching and not transmitting sufficient skills, which leads to a situation where those who leave your institute start wondering what to do with what they obtained. You know, we don't want to be associated with such an enterprise, because we try as much as possible to professionalize our courses where it is possible. And the last one now, of course, is employability. It is modernization, it is professionalization and modernization of classical faculties, or classically transmitted knowledge. You know, it is when you professionalize that you can speak on employability. So we also wish that you two stand strongly on those pillars of higher education. And there's nothing more to say. We wish that you will be very rigorous and you will keep to the terms of the agreement we have signed. You know, of course, we cannot wish you luck, because it's not happenstance. It is hard work. You know, to say we wish you luck is to imagine that it is we will count on incantations and invocations of spirits and so on. It doesn't work that way. It is practical transmission of knowledge. So thank you very much once again for coming.
Cheers.
Can we please go downstairs for a bit?
Please, security man, can you come and take this? So that it doesn't look as if it was an award ceremony.
Okay.
Okay.